We all have a limited amount of time on this planet to realize our greatest potential and make our goals a reality. That time flies by, and when it's gone forever. It's no longer there. Nobody knows this better than the Sigma male, who spends a lot of time considering this notion and what he truly cherishes. This allows him to completely comprehend what it is, what he wants out of life, and how he wants to live, and is skilled at spending his time and effort on the things that concern him. So, let's look at 6 of the ways in which a Sigma guy adds value to his personal life. Please leave a comment down below on how this information helps you in your life. Let's continue. Number 6. Finding contentment in solitary. The Sigma guy is content enough to be in the company of others and to mingle presently, and then, or if he needs to accomplish something that he is working on. But, to be honest, he doesn't find too much importance in many social engagements. Rather than value for him, requires adequate alone time, especially if he's had a long day at work. After a long day, his favorite thing to do is to return home and shut the door. Being alone while he recharges and re-energizes his batteries. Being referred to as an introverted version of the alpha male, accompanied with a reflection by the bucketful. He flourishes far more alone than he does in the company. When he has time alone in the company to consider what has occurred during his day as a result of his triumphs and failures, he improves and becomes a better version of himself, and he wishes to preserve that ball in motion. Number 5. Improving oneself, of course. Valuing his own business implies he also adds worth to his existence by having the opportunity to work on himself and his own particular development. He makes the most of his alone time by working on his health, or by working on initiatives, abilities, or concepts that will assist him in developing or improving his life satisfaction. The Sigma male is concerned about his health. As a result, you will most likely discover him working out to stay fit, and discover his fridge stocked with food that is nutritious. You're just as likely to come upon him meditating or spending time in nature. The masculine Sigma is practicing mindfulness. Working on himself involves working on himself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. While some individuals may find the Sigma's prioritization of self-improvement, it is frequently as selfish and self-absorbed as it is as a truthful statement. It is neither here nor there. Sigma man couldn't care less about the opinions of others, and will not set aside or diminish his own desires, requirements, and priorities. Number 4. By becoming self-sufficient. What is the point of relying on others? Is it required for existence? According to the Sigma male, none at all. He is the most self-sufficient in the group. Manly archetypes, and is powerful as a lone wolf. He is a natural survivor. His driving principle is to take care of himself. His strength is his independence and ability to act. Be entirely self-sufficient, and he holds that in high regard. He earns his own money, which enables him to put food on his own table, and he pays his own costs, but he also provides for his family and the worth he needs in life. If he requires or desires something, he takes the necessary precautions to ensure that's exactly what he gets. He will always find a way to get it by himself. That does not imply that the Sigma man is frightened or above requesting assistance when it is really necessary. Yet he is extremely capable of identifying his own challenges and addressing them on his own. He avoids relying on others because he honestly feels that the only way someone on whom anyone can rely completely is themselves. Other people can disappoint you or harm you, even if they are unintended, but if you have no expectations or demands from anyone other than yourself, then you can avoid difficulties later on. He wishes to be in command of his own affairs and to live in a true manner only to himself, something that, in his opinion, cannot be accomplished by relying on others for anything. Number 3. Becoming self-aware. One of the methods by which the Sigma masculine brings a lot of worth to his life is by merely being completely aware of what he wants from it. He's given this subject a lot of thought, and willfully chose to ignore the roles that the organization expects of him in order to remain faithful to himself and his goals. This increased self-awareness brings with it a greater ability to regulate his own emotions, particularly when he is not constrained by social forces. His contemplative personality indicates that he knows himself well enough to be confident in his strong points and is actively building on the flaws he believes are important. This is why he will be more likely to discover himself more. He evaluates what he can do to improve his image. Instead of being surrounded by flaws in himself with other people or establishing an impression, to make an additional effort to be social. Despite his contemplative nature, that doesn't mean he doesn't make mistakes. After all, he is still human. However, the Sigma man takes messes seriously. His stride since he sees it as a lesson, as a result, a chance for development, implying that he is capable of repairing any flaws in judgments and continuing on his path of unabated self-development. Number 2. By becoming the master of his personal fate. The Sigma sees the value in having the ability to change his world into what he wants it to be, so he will make it so. He will go to any length to have what he desires. This is partly due to the fact that he does not follow the social hierarchy and its rules. As a result, he tries to create the lifestyle that he wants that corresponds to his personality. His open disdain for the rules in these social hierarchical structures, implying that he can pursue his passions, his work and his inventiveness, unfettered relationships, and this is when his rebellious streak is on display. And he accomplishes this by inventing his own personal systems that are more accommodating to his own requirements and objectives, in addition to his abilities. Sigma is really ambitious when it comes to his own project. Despite his more reserved demeanor, he is an individual who is passionately confident and holds extremely strong principles and convictions. Number 1. Never falter, even if no one is paying. One of the reasons behind this is that Sigma guys are typically found in small groups. Executive and other top positions at the management level, as well as his personality characteristic of being independent. You'll notice that a bigger proportion of business owners, innovators, and entrepreneurs, they have Sigma personalities. He would always prefer to construct something rather than work for someone else, and they accomplish this by using their dominant characteristics, assertiveness and pushing, when confronted with obstacles. His highly analytical personality, also, means he is an expert at disassembling processes into steps that can be implemented into action and detects inefficiency a mile away, so he can get on top of them before it becomes a problem, something more difficult to handle. Thank you guys for watching, subscribe, and don't forget to turn the notification bell for future videos.